Is Street Fighter 6 worth your hard-earned cash? Well, that's a simple question. Do you like fighting games? If so, then Street Fighter 6 is probably a game for you. I mean, the game is essentially the fighting game. I can't think of another one that has fighter in the name. Well, there's a lot of those. That's true. But today's video is not about the fighting game portion of Street Fighter 6. I am not reviewing the DLC. I am reviewing the RPG/story mode of Street Fighter 6. Now, let's start this with some pros and cons, and we'll elaborate each of them that I can find. The pros are the characters are very well developed because it's not the first game in the series, right? It's the second or third, sixth game in the series, and it's a lot of fun. All the characters are well developed because of that. The music is super good, right? The music is awesome, just like it is in every Street Fighter game. And, obviously, the combat is fun. It's a fighting game. It's made to be fun. The cons is the XP grind is slow, levels in a fighting game, how many low-level enemies just run at you, and basically just how the RPG part of this game functions, the progression, if you would. First, let me start by talking about some of the pros. All of the characters in this game are incredibly well written, I believe. They use styles from the characters in the game, and they all seem to have motives that they follow throughout the game. I'm not going to put any spoilers in this video, so just trust me. Sure, there are very tropey characters, but that's okay. I don't mind tropes in characters, right? That they're going to have tropes. It's a fighting game story, right? Then there's the music. Street Fighter music is always good. Go listen to it yourself. I'm a real sucker for lyrics and game soundtracks, and this does not miss on that front. Though I guess, honestly, the music doesn't connect to the story super well, but honestly, I don't really mind. It really solidifies it as a fighting game instead of as something else, All the tracks are really good in Street Fighter 6. And obviously, the combat is amazing. It's a Street Fighter title, and it's really colorful. I love the colors in Street Fighter 6's combat. I think it looks really cool. I think it gives you something to look at that isn't just your characters pounding on each other in the game, right? It gives you something that feels good, and there's combos, there's tech and stuff you can learn. It's awesome. I love the Street Fighter fighting system. It works really well. Street Fighter 6 is a good game, and there's modern controls if you don't understand or can't do the inputs right. If you can't do the inputs, then there's modern controls which allow you to do the inputs with the press of a button. I didn't use them during my playthrough, but they're still a cool accessibility thing that allow other people to pick up fighting games. But let's get to the cons. And there are no cons to hitting the subscribe button. Just hit it. It's right down there. It's red. Make it not red. Thank you. Actually, I think it may be white. But anyway, all of my cons really flow into one category. Progression. Like all games, you have to progress the game forward in Street Fighter. This makes an issue in how the levels are done, because some of the game is fair or maybe even too easy. But the real issue is as you go through the game not only gets harder, which is fine, games getting harder is okay, but some of the fights are just not fair. The levels don't make sense later on. I can be the same level as the enemy, but then get 3-shot. I know this is a skill issue, but being 3-shot in a fighting game isn't fun or hard. It just feels unfair. It works in Dark Souls because the AI has patterns, but a fighting game CPU doesn't do that. Sure, they have patterns, but they aren't the same. Dark Souls, there aren't that many attacks they can do. All Street Fighter characters have around 25 moves they can go for. Now, not all of the characters use that, but it is much harder to memorize. And having the levels not make sense makes grinding feel even more abysmal. And grinding in this game is so boring. It takes so long, and each of the fights, even if it takes one hit, you will go through the entire loading screen, the cutscene, and sometimes the, like the 3, 2, 1, start thing, which just makes every fight longer, especially if you have to fight 30 guys to get the level you need. And most of them that give you any XP don't only take one hit. It's normally a real fighting game match. The game doesn't keep you in line with the level expectations at all. When I got to the final boss, I got like 3 shot. I mean, why wouldn't they progress your level to what it needs to be by the end of the game to not get 3 shot by the final boss? Right? I think that's not fair. I know they used to do it in old Pokemon games, and that's okay because they're old. But Capcom has made RPGs before. It's not Capcom's first time making a fighting game or making a story-based game, right? They have Monster Hunter. They have a bunch of RPGs that they have to work from that they could have taken some inspiration from in how the leveling should work. I know it's a fighting game, and that means that maybe the levels shouldn't be the same, but really, that final boss is ridiculous. And one of the characters in the game has a super that just breaks through your block, and it's kind of hard to dodge. You can't even hit him out of it because he has armor. It's really annoying. I mean, I know some of it is probably just a grand scheme to make people use the items, and if that's what it is, grinding money is actually pretty fun. There are mini games that you can play that give you money. These are fun. There's one where you do inputs, and that one's super fun. I like the mini games. I just wish there was maybe one where you could get XP, or maybe an XP booster where you could fight a lot less to level up. There is a XP booster, but it doesn't boost your XP gain enough, because you need to level up a lot to beat the final boss. Until the final boss, nothing really is very hard. There's one fight in the game, other than the final boss, that is actually kind of tricky, kind of, hard. But whatever, that's fine. I don't mind if they were fair, if they were balanced, or if they were just fighting game character stats. I would rather that they just have all of the fighting game bosses just have normal fighting game Street Fighter stats, right? That would make it feel so much more livable, so much better than the way that we have it currently. Like, why would you want that? Why would you want to keep it like that? I don't understand. I don't understand. And of course, you can buy items and stuff, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would I want to press the pause button to hit a heal in the middle of a fighting game match? It just doesn't feel right. But, the actual story is pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, kind of cheesy and tropey, but that's okay. It's pretty good. If it only wasn't barred by the awful XP and grind system, the story mode is actually good. If you're okay with a grindy story game, this combat system is awesome, right? And the character customizer is really good. The character customizer, I made this guy, for crying out loud. I mean, look at him. Isn't he awesome? The final boss is hard. I'm not going to show you any of that. I'm just going to show you normal game footage from this. But, it's a fun game. Street Fighter 6's story mode is worth it. It took me 20 hours. But 4 or 5 of those hours were just me beating up little troops, They were just me fighting little guys who couldn't do anything. Because I wasn't going to lose. Against the little guys, I'm not going to lose. I'm just going to fight them, and then I'm going to heal, right? Or if I get hurt, If I don't, then I just have to hit them 10 times, and they die. It doesn't make sense in my brain that you would have the XP system be there. I like the open world concept as a person who plays a lot of games. I like the open world concept, but in Street Fighter, it doesn't quite work. I like the missions. If only there were more missions or things to do in the game that went from boss to boss that could level you up with side quests and stuff, that would be cool. But the side quests don't give you a lot of XP. really. They don't give you enough to level up enough for the final boss, for you to even survive the final boss. I mean, even after grinding for like 5 hours, I still had to use items in the final boss, which, I mean, it's okay if that's what you expect, but give us a button then. Give us a way to use the items from the fighting game. I wouldn't mind if you even got rid of a button or something, so that way, or let me use the D-pad or something to heal, like they do, you know, in Terraria or any of those games where you have healing potions and stuff. I don't get why you would just stop me from playing the game, why you would have me go through the entire pause menu to heal. If you want me to use your items, if you want me to use the items that you have provided, then give me an easier way to do that. Give me a button, give me a combination of buttons. I don't care what it is. Maybe make it an input. Just gonna say it. It's a street fighting game. It's a Street Fighter game. Maybe the potion system and the item system could all be based on inputs. Maybe that some of them would be harder and some of them would be easier. That would make sense, you know? Why did we go with this? Go to the pause menu and go to the healing button, right? I don't mind. I like Street Fighter 6 a lot. Again, the fighting game portion, the combat, the music, all of it's incredible. It's just that the XP system kind of sucks sometimes. The story is pretty good. Like, it's nothing to it's nothing to, you know, it's not mind-changing or anything, but, you know, it lets you know these characters a little bit better, even though the other slight issue is that the main character or the main antagonist isn't even a Street Fighter character. Like, I don't get that part, but whatever. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I played through all of it. Let me be clear. I played through all of it. I didn't 100% it because some of the side quests I didn't feel like doing, but I got through I got through most of them, and it's a lot of fun, honestly. Like, if you beat the game and just want a grindy game, maybe Street Fighter 6 is for you, right? Like, maybe I'm just being awful, and maybe I just don't play enough Street Fighter to be good enough that I could play this game without items. Maybe there's a way that if I practiced more, I could be better, right? Because, I mean, that's all fighting games, right? I mean, you're gonna lose. But this didn't feel like I was losing to skill. This felt more like I was losing to it felt more like I was losing to an unfair gimmick, right? Felt like I was losing on the clock, you know, in Smash Bros. Felt like I was trying to get time down. You know, didn't feel like the proper way that I should have lost. And maybe I'm just bad. And if that's so, go at it. You know, who cares? Maybe I am just bad. That's okay. It's okay for me to be bad at games. I'm okay with that. But man, I've played a lot of fighting games, and this story mode just really, really is hard. Like, maybe I'm missing something that I was supposed to do or something, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's been pretty long, and this has been a pretty long time in the making. If you know me, I've been playing this Street Fighter game for like a while, and then I moved and had finals and all of that, so I never really had time to make the video. So I know this is only 15 minutes long, but thank you for watching. It really does make a lot of change, right? It really does help me out. But again, I know I made this stupid thing earlier, but if you actually want to subscribe, if you want to see more of this style of commentary, if you want to see more of me, I'm planning on doing a lot more of these. The next one's probably going to be a Final Fantasy one, if I had to guess. The next big video on this channel is probably going to be, I want to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke, so I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to record that at some point. The next video is going to be super flat. But yeah, if you like Street Fighter, again, I am not telling you to not buy Street Fighter. Street Fighter 6 is actually a great fighting game. I love playing Street Fighter 6 as a fighting game. But the story mode is a little rough, and I think it's okay to state that. Thank you all for watching. and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!